Unsuitable Language number 9. It's number 9? I think it's number 9. Now say thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now,
bump bump. I'm never not going to laugh at that. Welcome everybody to Unsuitable Language with your host, John Wellington and Marv Conner. Hi, good morning. What's going on in the world, huh?
A lot.
Everything. We just wrapped up the Rubber City Comedy Festival.
Yeah, I heard it went well.
Yeah, it was great. Amazing. We had so many great comics. I was excited about our headliner Friday night, Craig Peters. He has done comedy for 40 years. He has no online presence. You can't find anything on him on the internet. Ask him about it. He goes, "My people don't believe in that." I'm like, people, he didn't tell me.
Mostly preppers. All my prepper fans don't believe in the internet. It's a fad.
Craig killed it. He killed it. It was a great show. We had every headliner did super. We had one woman. Kyle Honhorst runs the festival. He's basically the boss, but supposedly there's 3 of us. But Kyle does most of the work. He got a woman off of TikTok, and it turned out she was only 23, and she had gotten her kicked out of Germany. So she was telling her story because what she was doing was she had gone over there for some educational program, but she left it, so they were going to deport her. But she didn't realize that they were trying to find her to deport her. And she kept going from comedy show to comedy show all over Germany. Different people's couches. So she was technically running away from the authorities.
Oh, well, hey, it's one way to do it. She should write that movie. Trail.
It was,
and she ends up in Akron.
She got home to Minneapolis or something, and she drove all the way to the festival with no mirrors on her car. She's hilarious. It turned out to be great.
Sounds good.
Wednesday night we had Big Chevy. Do you know Big Chevy?
Oh yeah, I know Big Chevy.
Closed the show. He did great. At the show there was this table in front, talking a lot, and I went up and asked him, "Keep your table voices down," and they got like a little taken aback because when you tell people to be quiet, no one likes it.
Right.
But they did it. They got quiet. And then later on, they got loud again. And I went out and talked to them again. And then later on, the 2 buddies with the one guy left him at the table. And he went over and started talking to this woman. This woman was having none of it. She's like, "No, leave me, go." So I went up to talk to him. As I got up there, he got up and went to the bathroom. So I didn't get. But then he tells me his name is Owen. But I said, "Hey, Owen." He goes, "My name is Olin. I don't trust you now. I can't go to the bathroom."
What?
I can't go to the bathroom now because I don't trust you. I'm like, "What?"
This is a grown person?
Yeah. I said, I'm not going to follow you in the bathroom because I got your name wrong. Olin.
How old was he?
Probably 25. I don't know. But then after the show.
He's probably did he have anything to drink?
Oh yeah, he was blasted.
Okay, then
And then he interrupted the show a few more times, but Big Chevy was picking on him so bad it was hilarious. And after the show, he comes up and goes, "Oh man, I just wanted to. I'm transgender," he said. And I'm like, "Oh well, I don't need to know that, but whatever." He goes, "Are you single?" I went, No, I'm not single. I'm very married. Oh, married. So, yeah, I'm married. He goes, "Because I was looking for a guy for my mom." I'm like, "What?
What?
That's a twist. I thought you wanted me." No. My mom is light skinned. That was his next comment. Oh, okay. Well, she's light skinned. That's different. I'm not married anymore.
Well, you know what? It sounds like he was, in the end, it sounded like he was a good guy, just trying to set up his mom, with a date.
Yeah.
That's, you get that hammered that you start Tindering for your mom.
He turned out to be a nice guy. He said he's coming to my show Friday night, but he didn't.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's no true love anymore, John.
Now he's a liar. Now he's back to being a liar.
Maybe he didn't want to pay the fees. Can't blame him. We did have a lot of people who bought our all access pass and came to a lot of shows.
That's good.
Probably had 20 or 30 people who just kept coming back. And they were all very varied. We didn't really, like, most people only got one shot at the main stage. Yeah, I'd say pretty much how it worked out. Most people only got one set at the funny stuff. My opening joke, I'm going to share it with the whole audience here, is our former president, Donald Trump, has been accused by 26 women of either sexual assault or rape. And he's on trial for rape right now. So what I'm saying to you guys is that our former president could be the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. He could start for the Browns. We won all the games, the great games. We scored more points than the other team. We need a recount. Obviously, we were cheated. I have the best arm. Sinners let you put your hands up there and grab their pussies. Did you know that? When you hike the ball, you can grab them by the balls. It's been like that forever.
I wonder if that's how he, in the USFL, he checked whether or not he had a player that he really wanted. Like he just like
he was a drafter, was he? Drafted. He made it all happen. Oh.
Just like gave him the old, 5-finger discount.
Well, he probably did.
Did they say in all the women that that accused him or whatever, was that the situation that he was just going up and grabbing them by the junk?
Well, let me check with my sources. Hang on.
FBI, open up!
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Yeah, that's pretty much what his comment was.
And so I guess that he was just admitting to that in that one.
Are we going to go into something first, or do you want to save him? We want to do him first?
Oh, well, I thought that's what you were.
That's where we're going? We can do that. Let me pull it up.
I got a lot of stuff going on in the background. Mozart and Beethoven I don't know what they're practicing.
All right. Here it is. I pull it up. Can you read it good? Here when they asked President Trump. See, if I go big screen, I can't scroll. That's one thing you can still see it though, even though I'm not big screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
And it's readable. So he defended his Access Hollywood tape in shocking deposition video. We could probably find the video of it. We worry about our copyrights.
After that one show.
Accusation, he says, when you're a star, you can do anything to women. He boasted to host Billy Bush. I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. You can do anything when you're a star. They let you do it. And the lawyer's like, Mr. Whatever you want. And Mr. Trump, grab him by the pussy. You can do anything. Trump was played the tape, and he was asked if he thought that was true. He goes, well, historically, that's true. It's true stars. It's true stars that you can grab women by the pussy, the former president was asked. Well, if you look over the last million years, I guess it's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately, or fortunately.
Good for me, bad for them.
Do you consider yourself to be a star? I think you can say that. I'm a star. Join the star. Pick a star. If this is a galaxy, the star, everyone, I would be the North Star. That's arrogant shit. He thinks you can just grab a woman by the pussy because, John, are you a star?
No, well, not that big, not at all.
Makes you want to be a star.
No,
not really. I don't want to do that. Grabbing women's pussies.
I mean, is
You
it?
gotta have a lot of hand cleaner if you're gonna grab pussies all the
I
time.
guess the one thing you remember Crocodile Dundee?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he like learned something. You remember the end of that movie where like he grabs that lady?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and it was a guy.
Yeah, it was a guy, and he like gave them, the move or whatever. I like we were talking earlier. Who was it that said something about
Stingle was quoted as
yeah,
saying,
because
when I'm on a date, this is not my case. I don't know what Casey said. I'm Casey Stingle. All right, when you're on a date, what you got to do is, in the first 10 minutes, you got to grab them by the pussy. That way, if they knock your hand away, you know it's going to be a bad date. You have time to get another date. But if you let your hand stay, it's going to be a great night. So that's the dating etiquette. I think Trump read that book.
but in the first 5 minutes,
Within the first 10, he said.
within the first 10,
Probably have to let him get in the car,
right.
But then cars were different, So
Yeah, it was like there was no like console in the middle. It was just like a big couch in the
Big
front seat.
in the back,
Right? Yeah.
tufted leather. They were nice.
Yeah. You're like, they really tried back then. Not so much anymore. They just really screw you.
So Trump there's precedent, is what I'm saying. Beings, the way to behave as a horrible human being, it's still. We should read some of the comments on Yahoo about people saying, you want to read a comment? Absolutely sick. No amount of money makes acceptable in any way, shape, or form. The fact that he believes that should disqualify him from running our country. Obviously,
I don't want to read these ones, though. I want to read the one that says, you know what, I do this all the time, and it's surprisingly effective. And just see what the other reaction to him is, or her, or whatever.
Well, we should hear some of his other comments, huh? Because he also said, let's go. Is this scrolling with me? He's got a lot of comments. Told the lawyer. Here it is. Oh, this is a video. Can we play it?
I don't know. We don't want to get sued by anybody.
Oh, let's see how long it is. It's 30 seconds. Oh, it's 3 minutes. No, we don't want to play it. We'll read it. At one point, court rejects Trump's request for month-long delay. She said
they were talking about his body language and everything.
Yeah. She said, I did something to her that never took place. There was no anything. I know nothing about this nut job. I will sue her after this is over. And that's the thing I really look forward to doing. And I'll sue you too. During the question, Kaplan attempted to get the president to admit he sexually. No, so sir, I just want to confirm. It's your testimony. E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you. Well, based on an interview with Anderson Cooper, I believe that's what took place. And we can define that. I think she said that rape was sexy, which it's not, by the way. Kaplan showed Trump a photo of him with then ex-wife Ivanka. Carroll and her then husband, John Johnson, and mistakenly referred to he goes, his former wife, Marla Maples, he said that was, it was E. Jean Carroll, but he said it was his former wife, who he had been married to for 6 years. But she's not my type. She looks just like my wife, but she's not my type. She claims that Trump damaged his reputation. Trump said that, whack job, mentally sick. I say with as much respect as I can, but she is not my type. All right? Trump said, she wouldn't be my type in any way, shape, or form. He then told Kaplan, the attorney, you wouldn't be my choice either. To be honest with you, I hope you're not insulted. I wouldn't fuck you with a 10-foot. I wouldn't fuck you with the guy's dick. I wouldn't touch you, all right? Just make sure. You're not. I wouldn't fuck you either. How does he get to that in the interview? How does he? This guy was president of the United States.
He's got to throw a cherry on top.
When the officer says, "Were you speeding?" No, and I wouldn't drive fast with you either.
But in his mind, he's always been president, right?
Yeah, sure.
He's always been like the king of his own like fiefdom. So he doesn't. It is. He's definitely. Not trying to win him on get the people on the deposition on his side. That's for sure. By just saying, hey, you're unattractive, and I wouldn't. I mean, like they don't care, but still, it's just kind of like a weird thing to throw in there. And by the way, you're ugly too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like what?
Hey, I'm the way to we're going
good.
on. I'm not fucking you on this.
This is like, so you're saying that that I'm not found attractive by a 78-year-old man or however old he is. And we're like, no, you're not. Well, thanks.
So, of course, the defense's point is, I'm sorry, the plaintiff's point is, if you think that's your ex-wife, then clearly she is your type, because you said your three wives were all your type. But the picture's blurry, all right? It's blurry. It's a blurry picture. There's snow. Everyone's wearing COVID. Here's the picture, by the way. Incredibly blurry, isn't it?
Yeah. Which one is this supposed to be Carol, right?
I think Carol is the one next to that he's pointing at the guy. So it'd be
Trump is right here. Okay, I see.
This is Trump pointing. It's her husband. Let's see what it says. Yeah. Former president mistook Carol for his ex-wife in a photo. Transcripts show. Lost my place. A black and white photo where he's interacting with several people, including his then wife Ivana Trump, Carol and her husband.
So this is Ivanka over here on the other, or is that Marla?
Left.
Okay.
I don't know. Shows Trump was shown a black and white photo where he's interacting with several, including his then wife Ivana, Carol, and her then husband. Now that doesn't.
You know what it is? Trump does not understand that this person has aged.
Yeah.
In his mind, he can't comprehend that that's got to be some sort of like a form of disability. Like that, if you can't wrap your head around, seeing someone in one photograph and then seeing them later and not understanding that they can age over a period of 40 years, that's got to be an issue, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here it is again. It says, I saw her in a picture. I don't know. I saw her in a picture. I don't know what she looked like. And I said it with as much respect as I can, but she is not my type. And more back and forth. And she says, I take it the 3 women you married were all your type. Yeah. I still know this woman. I think she's a whack job. I have no idea. I know nothing about her as a woman. I don't know if she reads. She likes Lucky Charms. I don't know what she eats for cereal. I don't know if she rode a horse in the Kentucky Derby and she killed one of the. She might have killed one of the horses in the Derby. That's what I'm thinking. There's 6 dead horses. No one cares about the horses.
I just imagine Trump and Casey Single just going out a night on the town, just grabbing cats, right? Just like everyone they see. Hey, you!
She's not my type. I told you a lot.
Right?
I've heard a vagina goes the wrong direction. That's what I've heard. This is a hoax. Like the Ukraine, it's a hoax. It's like voting by mail. This is the same thing. Democrats trying to get me.
If they're tall enough, you just fall right in.
Yeah, you could. He is documented for a million years. Well, that's what. If you look over the last million years, I guess it's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. I can grab women by the pussy.
Well, if we're going by the Casey Stengel thing, Casey Stengel, would you consider him a star in baseball?
Yeah, he was absolutely Hall of Famer.
And then he's right. Trump's right. I mean, we got 2 out of 2.
He doesn't even go to the rape trial. That's how sure he's gonna.
Right? He's just like,
He wants to keep a "I wasn't there" viable. I wasn't even there. Was there a trial?
But if you could get him to admit that if he wasn't there, he would have grabbed her, or he would have, then you've got,
Oh, and here's the other thing. Are you familiar with the name of someone in Natasha Stoynoff? No. You have to give me a little bit of background. Do you remember she wrote a lot when she worked at People? Oh, I do remember. That was some woman that wrote, and then she's a long time later, I think she wrote a wonderful story. And then a long time later, as I remember it, and a long time later, she said, I was aggressive with her. But she wrote the most beautiful story. She said I was a great guy. All of a sudden, like, is it a year or 2 years later, she comes out with this phony story that I was aggressive. I said, well, why would she have written such a good story for People magazine? She really wrote a nice piece. Then all of a sudden, like, years or months, minutes later, she came up with this phony charge, fake news.
That's a weird way to put words together a long time later. Have you ever heard of that?
He is the president. He could make up his own.
I know, but like, it just sounds so strange. I've never heard that before. And then a long time later.
So then Jessica Leeds, a woman, claimed Trump sexually assaulted her while sitting in first class on an airplane in the late 70s, also testified. Trump again denied the claims. This woman made up a story that's just like your client made it up. They just made up a story having to do with sitting me and sitting next to me in an airplane. I mean, I have to read this again, but that story was so false. Also, but I guess I was making out as opposed to what your client said. The story was so false. This is a disgrace also. Like, how can you make out on a plane? No one's ever done it. There's no my eye.
At one point, I kind of felt sorry for Trump because I thought that there would be a point where everything, the attention may be too much that he might do he might do himself in,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and I thought that might be a way that he would want to collect his narcissism as being a martyr, right? But the more I think about it, he's too into himself to do himself in. There's no way. He loves any attention. He loved the deposition. He loved it.
Look at his reason for not coming to the rape trial.
You can tell
it would be a burden on the city. I would be a burden if I came to my own rape trial. All right? Be a lot of hassle.
Right? Because then, he has an entourage of Secret Service, right?
I don't want to
force them.
I don't want to force my city on the city of New York. That's how.
Right?
Not rapey. I don't want.
And even if he did, the city would have wanted it that way.
Yes.
The city would have wrote him a very nice letter and gave him the key to the city.
Oh, there was a mass shooting in Texas?
Yeah.
Another one? This week's... Hey, we need a sound effect for this. This week's mass shooting. Of the week.
Is it Liam?
No, it's not. We need a good one. What would it be?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah, damn, that was loud.
You're the sound effects bag of tricks.
It's not.
Was there one in Vermont too, or was it just the one in Texas?
There was one in Vermont.
Is that you?
I had it pulled up. Here we go. Vermont. It's not here yet. Okay. Protester transformer. I can't believe he shot me. That's it. Share this tab.
Oh yeah. The one we were talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with that one. I'm trying to get rid of the commercials on the left, but the commercials on the right are going to have to stay because we're right in the middle of it. So, in Vermont, this guy.
Yeah. See, I think we were talking about this before. Not that we want this happen, but these are the kind of random ones that used to happen, right?
Normal shootings.
Yeah.
The kind you expect when you're arguing with your neighbor about
about stupid shit.
Arguing about the property line, and all of a sudden you pull out a gun and shoot him in the chest. I had no choice.
Right?
There was no. What options did this neighbor have? I mean, you're arguing. You're not liking how the argument goes, so you take your gun out and you shoot him in the chest.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to solve it with fists or any sort of like chance that you might get beat up or injured.
And what's great is he gets arrested. They each tell their story, and he goes home.
Right? I
And the
mean,
neighbors are deathly afraid of this guy. They end up moving out of their own home just because they were afraid. And the cops are like, well, why don't you make the guy who shot the guy leave the area? Well, we don't have to do that.
and they're like, well, he's old.
So the family is still afraid the guy is going to shoot him because he just. Temple advised he fell and asked Bob to call 911 after he got shot. This is after. Oh wait, let's see. He had past run-ins with Morrell over the road. He later intervened.
And he said, "Get."
He shot him. And Temple advised Bob. He pointed a gun at him. Wasn't sure what happened next. Bob shot Temple. Then Temple advised as he fell and asked Bob to call 911. And Bob replied, "Get fucked. I've shot you. I don't care about you." Right?
So why isn't he in jail then?
Morrell told police that he and his neighbor had been scraping the road Thursday. Temple threw a rock at him when he passed Temple's residence. Also, he's saying this guy threw a rock at him the day before. Baker wrote in the affidavit that Morrell had no marks of bruises and can't even been hit by a rock. Morrell, who had his gun with him, then said he shot Temple, according to the affidavit. Bob said he was not trying to kill Kevin. No, that's why I shot him in the chest.
Right?
Every movie, if you shoot someone right in the chest, they always.
Yeah. Usually everything turns out okay, right?
I could have shot him 2 in the eyes.
I shot him in the head. I thought everything would be fine.
Yeah. Wait, that's his defense. I didn't try to kill him. If I wanted to kill him, I'd have shot him in the eyes. And I could have. He was laying on the ground.
Well, this is like delayed self-defense, right? Like he threw a rock at me 3 hours ago, and now I'm going to come back and go get him. It's clearly self-defense on his property, and I was standing my own ground on his property.
Because asked his thoughts on shooting Kevin, he said, "Don't bother me a bit."
Man.
Yeah, fuck him.
Well, then, yeah. I didn't remember seeing that part. I do think it's. I mean, first of all, you don't grade the road on the other person's property. I think that's the lesson here, right?
I've been in a neighbor dispute, so I understand that exactly.
If you're gonna do it on your own side. God damn it.
I'm afraid I'm gonna be the one that gets shot.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm in a dispute. I don't have a gun. I'm not shooting.
I'd be the one that. No, I'd have the gun too, but I'd still be the one that gets shot or stabbed. But
well, most people get shot. Like 70% get shot with their own gun. Did you know that?
Oh, with their own gun? Well, yeah. I guess. Is that still true, considering all the shootings?
Oh man, I turned off my thing. I had all these things set up to come on the screen. I'm sorry.
Because I think some of those I think would still be fluid.
Yeah, it would have to be different now because of the numbers have to be changing with all the mass shootings, right?
But, you know, it was funny, or well, I guess it's not really. Well, it's not funny, but what Jon Stewart was saying to the one. I think it was a representative from Oklahoma or something like that. He was just like, "So when are we going to get safe? How many more guns do you need before we're safe?" I mean, it's just like, seriously. Everybody need 10 guns? Is that what it's going to take for everybody to be safe?
Because the more guns we have, the safer we are. Everybody knows that.
Right, of course.
We all know it.
I'm going to get the new gun helmet where I can have 2 AR-15s mounted on like a helmet, like one of those Viking helmets.
Yeah.
And just walk around like that, and I'll have like little livers, and I'll just.
Sharks with lasers. Sharks with lasers. That's what.
Right. I mean, when the gun manufacturers need to get more creative for my needs. Well,
shark. I was going to do the shark with laser sound effect, but I can't find it. They don't have it. There's no laser.
No laser sound?
It's gotta be.
What do they shoot those horses with the second trophy?
Oh, that's loud.
I lost your sound.
You lost me?
Oh,
Am I still there? Did I click?
now you're back.
All right. That was loud. Oh, that laser beam was loud. All right. So now let's move on to real weaponry. You ready?
Yeah.
This is the one. This is. I want to click this one. Oh, let's go back to the side. There we go. Let's make this bigger. Bigger, bigger, bigger.
Oh.
Yeah, protester arrested in England during the coronation. You watched the coronation, didn't you?
I watched part of it. I missed the actual coronation. I only saw like the I think it was like the wave or something like that they made a big deal about. And I was like, depends on who's on the balcony. And, you know, I mainly wanted to see
the way they were doing in England.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Real king. No, he's not. He's just fake.
I mainly kind of wanted to see like the procession and how they like kind of went about and did things, because it had been so long before since, you know, they had one. And so I kind of wanted to see, you know, what's the protocol, so to speak.
Well,
I think
you bring eggs to a coronation. Did you know that?
You what?
You can't have eggs.
Why not?
It's against the law.
What if I...
They arrested this guy who threw eggs at the king before because he was arrested on suspicion.
Well, wait, did the eggs make it to the king when he threw it?
I think they threw eggs at him, so it never hit him, apparently.
Okay. I was going to say, if they made it, if they actually hit the king, then he's got bad security, right?
He's already arrested. He was handed 12 months of unpaid work after being...
I could see not jumping in front of a bullet because it's too fast. But an egg, you should be able to get there in time and get in front of an egg.
Well, it's English Secret Service, so you got to do...
Oh, yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Why, mate? You make up in front of the egg now.
I don't want to mess up a suit.
You got some spotted lizard with that. Spotted, what do they call it? Spotted
dick.
Spotted dick, that's what it is. Have you got your spotted dick? I've got some eggs.
The weird part is they all have spotted dicks.
So he was arrested because they suspected him of carrying eggs. They saw his face on video where they scan for your facial recognition.
Uh-huh.
But he's already been convicted of hurling eggs at the king, so you understand that. But now they're just arresting him because he's there, and they suspect he has eggs.
Well, you know what? My bigger question is, Marv, this is the biggest question. Where were these guys at on January 6th?
Well, they can stop in England. We can't stop. You can just come in the capital.
How come these guys can look for some guy that has eggs, but we can't find a single person in fatigues armed to the teeth?
Because our fascism wasn't in place like it is now. All right, in England, if you're gonna have fascism, it's got to be well done. You can't just have bad fascism. I was snatched from the protest and handcuffed so tight I cut my skin. For the second time, I was dragged to a crowd of monarchists, baying for my blood. They're so artistic. When they complain in England, they don't just say, "They fucked me over, man." They're baying for me blood, mate. That's what.
Well, what if two things are true at once? What if, yes, he hates the king and throws the eggs, but at the same time, he's really down for all the history stuff, and he's kind of a fan.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to give the king breakfast. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it poached? Little
You're not
roll.
getting enough protein.
You're looking a little pale there, mate. Does it have an egg? Forces unaware of reports a man had been arrested. What happened? Well, when they took him back to the crowd, he was getting assaulted then. People were, because they loved the king. He'd been arrested in search, but in instances of later, citizens are not arrested but searched for items and allowed back on their way rather than de-arrested or released. It's de-arrested.
Oh, they just hate him.
He was just detained. He wasn't arrested. They tried to ban me from attending. He looks like a really nice guy. Oh, we don't have the picture up, do we? There it is.
That's the guy?
That's the guy. Just want to take some photos, throw some eggs. Why is that so wrong?
So, but he wasn't actually protesting, or was he?
No, doesn't seem to be.
No, so yeah, he's a fan. That's the weird part about it. Yeah, I throw eggs at him and everything, but I want to see the history part of it. He was there for the social media part.
Oh, here's it. I would love to disrupt the coronation.
Oh, okay.
Under investigation from the counterterrorism department. So it'd be silly. It'd be a bit silly of me to do that. But Godspeed, anyone. What we need now is bravery. So he's saying, I can't protest it. You do it. What we're seeing is the rise of fascism. It will take a lot of us to defeat it, but it will take a lot more than an egg. But how does stopping this king who has no power whatsoever, none, stop fascism?
I mean, it's kind of like it's what do they call it? The first world problems sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right. He's trying to make up a problem that isn't there.
He's just using a popular event to state his case against fascism. Of course, the police arresting him on false pretenses is an example of fascism, though, right?
Right, to an extent, but
he couldn't say it was fascism until it happened.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, until he was arrested, but
he wasn't arrested.
Oh, well, he was arrested and released.
He arrested is what he was.
Oh.
So they arrested 52 people, and those people are all in custody until around 5 p.m. Oh, here's some people, not my king.
So those are the people that they detained?
No, but this is some of the protests. Some people didn't think he's their king. They have other kings.
So yeah, but the only people they arrested were the people that they had probable cause on from before, right?
No,
previous actions.
Arrested today for offenses including affray. I don't know what that means. Public order offenses, breach of the peace, and conspiracy to cause a public nuisance. When when Bush was the second Bush was president, they started doing something called First Amendment zones. You couldn't protest him anymore.
Oh yeah.
They made you go 2 miles away and put you in a little zone of your own where you had to stand. This is my ADD. My wire is in the wrong place. I had to move it. Do you like that? Something bothers you, gotta do it.
Yeah.
So, police said it was totally determined whether he was arrested or detained. The spokesman stressed the force would not tolerate any threats like eggs could be used inappropriately and represent danger, Will Robinson, danger. So that was that. But what else happened at the coronation that you found odd, John?
Well, the part where they made him get naked.
I didn't know that was part of the coronation.
Yeah, apparently that was like when on the list of things let's keep and let's toss, they were like, you know what, we're gonna keep the naked thing.
I did watch Game of Thrones where the woman had to walk through the streets naked.
Yeah, this was like, so they had this like a partition set up, and he was like within this thing, and I think it was just, I didn't get to see this part, but it was just him and the priest. Well, only the priest got to see that part, but it was just him and the priest, and they anointed him with oil, and I didn't. So they kept like all the Catholic things, and then they just brought in divorce. Is that what they did? Because
yeah.
So they kept everything else, huh?
Yeah. I think at the end they always shout this, right?
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear it? Didn't show? Oh,
I just heard shh. That's it.
I got it.
I'm the king of the world!
Is that how it ends? He has to stand out on the balcony.
Well, and just like in typical priest fashion, he oils him up, and then it's all finished whenever Charles swallowed. So once he swallowed, then he was king.
King of the world.
He was king.
I am the king and will not be. I am the king and will not be the king and will not.
No! Fucking no! And furthermore, why?
King Bob!
His name Bob.
So one of his sisters, I think, was dressed up in like a military uniform.
Probably.
I
She
think,
she served.
what's that?
Maybe she served.
No, I think she did. But when they were showing her, and then they had in the background, it was in the procession or whatever, when they were in this big field, they had a lot of the countries that they conquered. You know what I mean? Back there represented, and it was just kind of interesting. But
they subjected to his rule.
Yeah.
Of the king that has no power whatsoever.
Yeah, they were all showed up though, which still goes to show you that is a certain amount of.
You got to get naked.
Right?
You got to do the new roux massage to become king. That's one of my favorite porn videos, by the way.
The new what?
New roux massage.
New roux.
Yeah, you got to see those.
Okay. Is that a recommendation?
In the new massage, you pussy grab.
And then in comes Trump, and he just new roux her right in the
oil. They oil you, and then they slide all over your body.
Oh.
That's what they did to the king, right? They oiled him up.
Yeah, they oiled him up. And
well, I'm liking this part. I'm sorry, John. I'm not like you.
It was pretty erotic, huh? Yeah. And then the priest goes in, and
the crowd that got arrested for that masturbation thing. He was not throwing eggs. He was trying to throw things that go with eggs.
Could you imagine though if the clothes weren't like if you were having a hard time because you're all oiled getting dressed back up, you know what I mean? Just falling down in the oil, like instead of like Charles, it was like Mr. Bean in there, just like falling all over himself, and then the priest is nude, and I don't understand why that's the case.
Yeah. Oh,
that's strange. Like they're both nude. This is like,
hey, why are you taking your clothes off?
Right. Well, I just figured if you are, I should be, right? We're in this together.
I'm in prison, mate. I heard about you boys. Is this really? I got to do this to be king?
Nope. That's how old this is. We both needed to be naked. That's how old this ceremony is. So does that mean? So that had to have meant that Queen Elizabeth had to get naked in front of the priest.
I guess you're right.
Right?
Yeah, she was a hottie then, though.
So then where's that tape? So that's got to be, but that's still got to be.
Tape of Trump. There's got to be naked Trumps of Queen Elizabeth. naked video of the coronation.
So there's just her husband and this one random priest that's walking around like, yep, saw the priest naked or saw the queen naked. Had to oil her up, in fact.
Well, I oiled her up. She's ready to be queen now, right?
Right. Well, I mean, if you think about it, though, I wonder if the priest was like, "Well, I won the lottery here. At least it wasn't like an old dude."
Well, I understand why the king, when he got in trouble with the Scottish, they passed that law of first night, where the king could fuck the.
Was Sean Connery?
No, he was in Braveheart.
Oh, prima nocta.
Yeah, prima nocta. Prima nocta. That's a great word. Hey, you want a prima nocta?
With a weird meaning.
That's a great rap song, I think. Prima nocta. That's it.
That's the whole rap.
That's it. Prima nocta. What's that? Right.
For movie recommendations this week, I have a good one that it kind of involves that. But
really,
yeah.
Did you get the coronation? Did they play?
Yeah. They in fact played that, and they all came out on
Over everybody.
on the balcony. It was pouring rain, and they were trying to kill the king, the old king, and all of his old family members, because they forced these people out there, and it was pouring on them.
How did they? When they held the king up naked over everybody, did they scream?
Oh
Right?
man, look at this fucking thing! Holy shit! What is that fucking thing?
What is it?
King in the castle.
There's a lot of king sound effects. I didn't. But fucking is when you put in king, you get fucking too. Did you know?
Oh yeah.
A lot of fucking.
But yeah, it was just like at one point they were trying to go back inside, and like they shut the doors on. They're like, "No, you got to do your bit."
When he bent over, did the priest say,
Okay, pretend it's Thanksgiving and this bread is a turkey.
Yeah, that is weird that the king needs to do the
Oh my
the
God,
prison,
it's so juicy.
"You see,
the prison hygiene check before he becomes king, right?
Squawk.
It's like, all right, now this is what I want you to do. All right, I'm gonna set this acorn. I'm gonna set it down on the ground. I want you to pick it up with your butt cheeks. I want to see how kingly you really are. And it's just like a weird test like that.
Join myself in king.
I'm gonna take this same acorn. I'm gonna put it in different 3 meters. I want you to see if you can pee on it.
Join the Serpent King." Are they still working? You were talking. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just going on.
It's not fine.
I should have shut my mouth.
For the king!
We've got to play all the King videos. We can't play the Burger King one. It turned out to be really racist.
Okay. Well, I guess that kind of fits in, right? Just a little.
King combo. That's what we needed.
It ain't easy being banished. Hey, take my buddy Bigfoot. When he was banished, he fashioned an enormous diaper out of poison ivy. Wore it on his head like a tiara. Called himself King Itchy.
I don't know who that was.
All right.
Call himself King Itchy.
I think that was Cliff Clavin, right?
It sounded like Cliff. But that sounded like he was at a concert or something, like he was doing stand-up. All right.
I think it might have been a cartoon.
Got enough on the King. Let's cross off coronation. We did Trump already, Casey Stengel. We did the shooting in Vermont. Suspicion of having eggs. Naked King. Do you want to do Derby or Clarence Thomas next?
Let's do the Derby.
All right. Let's do the Derby. 6 horses died at the Kentucky Derby this week. Madge wins the Derby, but that's not the right story. What the fuck happened?
Is it Madge or Mage?
Mage, probably. I didn't watch the Derby. I was Rubber City Comedy Festival in it. Owned by Gustavo Del Toro, edged out 2 fillies who crossed the line in second place to finish in second. And Angel of Empire finished third. Mage's win came after a heavily favored Forte was scratched from today. The horse had a bruised right front foot. Oh, when you bruise your foot as a horse, you take the fucking day off, because otherwise you hurt a bruised foot and you get it broken.
They don't. Okay, I was gonna say, did they list the 7 horses that died, or what they died of?
Well, let's see. 7 horses died in the lead up to Saturday's race. This year's Derby marked an unusually high number of horse deaths and deaths preceding the main event. 2 more died in earlier races. In total, 7 horses have died since April 27th. I need a sound effect for that. Scary sound effect, right? Find that.
Oh, racing injuries.
Oh, you didn't hear it probably, did you?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Damn it. That's crazy. I go back to the story. Chloe's Dream and Freezing Point both sustained racing injuries from which they could not recover on Saturday, and for main reasons, both were euthanized. Chloe's Dream suffered a right knee fracture during race 2. Freezing Point suffered a left front biaxial sesamoid fracture midway down the backstretch. Broke her ankle, it sounds like. Each thing was unique. Proud of our legacy. We only had to kill 7 this week. So.
Is that what he said? We only had to kill 7?
Oh. 3 other horses died, not trained by Joseph Churchill's on Wild on Ice. Kind of makes sense. That horse died. A Derby contender was hurt while training and was euthanized. 3-year-old Code of Kings died after flipping and breaking his neck in a paddock. Freezing Point is the latest casualty. He's the second horse to die today at the track, making it an appalling 7 deaths. So, who wants to be a racehorse? Who?
Right? I mean,
good a job as you thought. The good news is there's a lot of new dog food in the market this week. I don't know if it's a correlation.
Well, so wait a minute, though. Okay, I can see maybe the broken neck. You know, you're not be able to come back from that. But can't they come back from the broken leg?
No, because horses are so big. They can't keep them off the leg. It causes them too much. They can't heal right.
Ah, shit. Okay.
You ever look at how skinny horses' legs are?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could hang them in a thing for. Yeah,
right.
It's inhumane what they have to do.
Yeah.
They shoot horses, don't they? That's the movie. I am the bullet supplier for the Kentucky Derby, so I've had a very good weekend.
Yeah, you were popular.
I guess you could say.
Is it all bullet? I mean, you think.
Right off the
I'm
sunset.
sure that they. What's that?
No, I'm sure they drug them.
Yeah. I mean, Elmer's had a good week, right?
Yeah, Elmer's has got new glue supplies.
Yeah.
How about
school supplies for the teachers? That's a
you
good way
hear
to spin it.
The Transformers movie is out?
Is it out?
I think. And to get to do what do you do it when you do things to get
Publicity?
Publicity. You have Transformers attack cars. This guy just driving down.
Damn it, Megatron.
This Transformer fell on top of him. In New Boston after crash. That's a pretty bad. That was, what the fuck? It just broke in half, it looks like. How'd the door get open?
Oh,
it hit
I
it.
wonder if it hit the corner like that or something, right? I don't know.
See how long
That's
this
messed
is.
up.
Right now, new.
We can only show 12 seconds.
Eyes today.
You think commercials mind if you show their videos?
Probably not.
I can't do it. It stopped.
Nothing brings the pack together like a trip to Great Wolf Lodge.
New Boston police are investigating this crash on Francistown Road. Officials say a transformer fell on top of a car after it crashed into the utility pole. There are no reports of any injuries, and Eversource was called to the scene to replace the pole.
You got to replace the pole. That's the key. He's just driving down the road and a transformer attacked him. Septicon.
Eyes today.
I gotta get rid of that shit. That commercial's coming back again. Those motherfuckers. I don't want to go to your Wolf Lodge.
I've been there.
So that was a stupid story.
It's interesting.
They can't all be great. How about richest city? Would you do that, or should we say that for last? We got Clarence Thomas left. Should we do Clarence Thomas? Oh,
yeah, his craziness. I mean, it just continues. I mean, he can't be the only justice to have, this much stuff in there.
Well, let's outline.
Right?
Can we outline the charges?
Sure.
He's accused of accepting money from this rich guy, Harlan, up to $130,000 for his great grandson's school tuition that he was raising as his child.
Right.
So,
But not just that,
Harlan
though,
Crowe,
right?
Harlan Crowe paid $130,000. No, there's more.
Yeah.
Jenny Thomas took, was it $80,000? I think it was $80,000 from another dude. And no, a guy said Jenny Thomas was a consultant for his firm, and they gave her $25,000 out of $80,000 he donated to something. And he said, give it to Jenny, but don't show the paperwork that it goes to Jenny. Hide it. So the wife of Clarence Thomas took money, and they both had cases in front of the court, but not under their company's names, under like a shell name of a company. So the Republicans' point is, well, they didn't have any cases in front of the court, so why is this a problem? You know, and it is a problem because they did have cases in front of the court, just not directly. And I heard Senator Kennedy, John Kennedy from Louisiana. You ever heard him? I'm just a good old lawyer, you know, good old Southern lawyer, and I just understand. I don't understand why the Democrats are attacking these good men and good people because they think they violated some ethics of the court. Nothing could be further from the truth. If you can't take a $500,000 vacation from a rich guy, who are you going to take a vacation from? Right? You're just friends. They never met before he was a Supreme Court judge.
Yeah, they're good buddies. I mean, why? I don't understand the problem.
If you can't take a few helicopter rides over the great mountains of Nepal, I mean, come on. Everybody does that for vacation.
But it's kind of like, you know, over time with this money, though, in this connection, they've just slowly been able to accumulate power, right?
Yeah.
Just accumulate the people they know, who they can do certain things. Hey, I'm going to have to wrap it up. I got to go, okay?
All right.
All right.
Hey, thanks, everybody. Unsuitable Language number 8. We'll see you.